Do y'all remember when I did this?
Show that's impacted my life, or how this show has impacted my life?
We just spilled something. We just spilled something. Can we get someone to clean this up? Thank you.
All right, he's got it. He's got it.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
That's
messy.
not how that works at all.
I'm a klutz.
Appreciate you. If you want
klutz here.
an autograph afterwards, just let us know.
Give it up for Daran! Can you believe he kept this? Daran,
Let's get this man a mic. We should interview this guy, right? I mean, I want to know things about
I was just in the neighborhood, and I thought I would come by and see if you needed any help cleaning stuff up, or not.
You guys
Well, you were no help with that.
yeah, you did terrible.
I think you broke them up.
Look at this. Look at this. These three have obviously aged, and I have not.
Not even a
Hey, clap it up for the Fountain of Youth.
So weird is Daran feels younger in spirit than he did 20 years ago when we were working on this.
You haven't seen the X-rays, so it's
wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
Bones are brittle, it sounds
I'll
like.
hear it. What is everybody's favorite Daran Norris project besides Ned's?
Oh, Team America. Okay.
Yeah.
Fairly Odd Parents, Team America.
Only for a certain audience.
What is this? Oh, American Dad is also a good one. Oh yeah.
All right, well, this panel's not about me, but thank you.
Yes, it is.
No,
Hey, let's
it's not
have a
about
seat.
me.
Let's have a seat.
Yeah, there we go.
Daran, we haven't seen you in 10 plus years.
Right.
Ages, eons.
Adults.
Yes.
What was it like working with us as children?
Smelly.
Hey, it still is.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, we can confirm that.
No, and this is true for all of you. I never talked to you guys like kids. You were always adults to me. We were always cool. We were always on the same level. And it's kind of the same thing today, right? It's like it really hasn't changed. Yeah.
No, seriously, when we reconnected for the podcast, we talked over Zoom. It was the first time we had talked in forever. And I just had this deep emotional feeling of wow, Daran was our friend. Daran treated us like a friend. We weren't kids. That was my homie for years on the show.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah,
We
so
never got the patronizing baby talk thing that adults kind of sometimes do.
And I feel like,
if anything, he was more immature than us.
I mean,
dude, wait. Do you guys remember that one episode? I think I almost cried, where the camera guy goes, "God, can't wait till I'm working on a real show." Do you guys remember that?
No.
And I literally was like, ugh. And I was just like his camera guy douche, But we were always really excited to do scenes with you because you knew you had to bring it and that the energy would be there. I always really looked forward to it. I always wanted to impress you or at
Digging
least
through tunnels
live up
with
to
you, man, was awesome. I was so happy I finally had a scene with you. I forget, we're in the air ducts or something like that.
Yeah, we were breaking down walls with a jackhammer.
Yeah, we would all get very excited when you would read the script the week before and find out you've got a lot of episode with Daran. Because it would cycle, right? One of the characters would have an off story with Daran climbing through shit or breaking through walls. Yeah.
Slowly taking out the trash.
Slowly.
Never taking out the trash.
Does everybody know the kind of backstory that they gave Gordy?
Well, Scott Fells and I came up with that. He's actually really rich. He's wealthy. He's like a trust fund baby, but he can only access the trust fund if he has a full-time job. So he takes a job where he doesn't work at all, and he only works 9 months out of the year because he just works for the school year.
So
yeah, it only got hinted to in the show that we never got to flesh that out.
Right, I'd be in a tuxedo for no reason.
That's what gave it away. Yeah.
Hanging upside down. Yeah.
And you kept this all these years.
They made me. They forced me to take it with me. They said, Daran, we're not laundering this one more time.
Wow.
I'm not going to do it. You take it home. And you gave me the Weasel. Remember?
Nice. No, I forgot about it. I gave you the Weasel.
But it was actually a stuffed actual animal.
So you still have the stuffed Weasel?
Oh, no, I do not. No,
gave it away.
You gave away my gift?
I didn't give it away. Some friends came over and went, you got to get rid of that.
Oh, it's like it's going in the
Those are
trash.
good friends.
It's
Good
true.
friends.
Actually, having a taxidermy weasel in your house
It was
is like
creepy.
a big red flag.
It was really creepy, and I
Sorry
had
to
yeah,
anyone out
yeah,
here
yeah.
who has a taxidermy weasel.
No,
in your
just
house.
because this one was really old and like they had armature in it, but it didn't work anymore, and it was kind of lopsided
It was-
looking. It was like I've seen better days, man.
Very
you know?
possessed. Very 3 a.m. waking.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
mercy. You just had to have some mercy for
Please.
the weasel.
Incredible, man. You kept this. They burned the hazmat suit you used to wear.
Yes.
Because that was the smelliest thing
That
on
was
planet
not
Earth.
pleasant. That was not pleasant.
Yeah,
No.
if
You were in that a lot, dude. You were in that a lot. I was in that
3
one
seasons
time
of
and I was
steak.
like, oh, that
Yeah.
was wild.
Horrid.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely
just
horrid.
Seal in your stink. If anybody wants to try one of those hazmat suits the next time they come here, you will get more sweat than you know what to do with.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
everybody's collecting.
Make
that.
sure they're the yellow plastic cheap ones that we
Perfect.
have.
Yeah, I want to see some cosplay of Janitor Gordy next year, dude.
Yep.
Lit.
I want some cosplay. of
It's a-
Cowboy
I
Cookie.
agree, yeah.
Look
Can
how
we
easy
get a
the
hot chick
costume
to dress
is.
up as cowboy?
It's
Right?
so easy.
Come on.
Come on, next year, next year.
So good. How is it? How did we do, Darren? Are you proud of us as
As adults, how are we?
I'm amazed that all three of you are still living.
Thank you very much.
I know
Barely
that was
made it.
directed at me there.
Had some
No,
close calls.
that is a bet that I lost. No.
Like I'm in
You
debt,
guys-
that's why I'm doing
Look, you gotta
cons.
take the odds. Where you
Because
can.
you all were like so real and cool, and I even liked your parents, right? You know, so there was never any difficulty or
It's one of
anything, which is unusual, right? There's
It is.
usually somebody who's just like, oh no, not this again. But we didn't have that.
Not
we
at
didn't have that
all.
on the show, which was awesome.
Did
Yeah.
you like working? Did you ever get to work with the other adults on the show, like the adult
Oh
characters?
yeah, Hamilton and I would do scenes,
Hell yeah.
and Don Creech and I, Mr. Sweeney would do scenes
Always.
together.
And Jim
Yeah.
J, of course.
And Jim J, yes.
You guys were all so stellar in your own right.
Oh,
Like,
thanks. You know, Hamilton was he was such a dream and such a sweet guy. And his work with props was always like,
Unreal.
I love it. He would work with them, he would get it down.
Yo, so
Yeah.
they did this movie. I don't know if anybody's seen Hot Frosty. Anybody? No. Anyway, so it's a show on Netflix now, and who's that guy from Hot Time Machine? Like something Robinson?
Craig
Robinson. He does the glasses guy. Puts them on and then takes them off.
Love
it's
it.
so good.
Neds
it's
did it
so
first.
silly and big.
Neds did it first.
Yeah, since rewatching the show for the podcast, like when we got to Hamilton's bits, just watching, Mr. Krubs is who we're talking about, Hamilton.
Vice principal.
Watching how many like physical bits he would fit into a 1-minute scene, I was exhausted watching it.
I'm
He
like,
nonstop.
this is just a line of cocaine. Like that was the description of his character. You could bring a line of cocaine into yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
No, but to answer your question honestly, this is really cool. All right, this is really cool. I love what you guys have done so far. There's so much more to come. All right,
Yeah.
and you should have seen me because I haven't seen all three of them in person in a long
long
time.
time.
So I was like, I got all weepy and I was crying. It's like because they're
It was
adults
the
and they're
best.
good people, and that doesn't always happen either. Look at me, I'm an adult and I'm not a good people. So you never know what you're gonna get, right? But it's awfully cool. It's awfully cool to be here.
So
Thank you to our. Thank you to the show.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you guys rock
Sabrina.
it. Clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for yourselves.
Beautiful.
We love you guys.
Love
We've had
this.
such a great time, and it's because of y'all. If there's no audience. If there's no audience, there's got no show.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes like social media can make us think one thing about who we're creating for, and then you come to a show and you realize like all the love you're actually creating for, and all the good vibes, and all of the people that you're really making it for. Not these haters online who you can get a little, wrapped up in, or start to blanket the whole audience. But this interaction with all these good people is the best. It's everything.
Yeah, really,
I
this
agree.
shit keeps us going. Like, it's so nice meeting all of you and just feeling all your stories about watching Neds and what it means, and like, it's amazing, guys. It was a really positive show and really positive experience.
You just nailed the word. What it means. It still has meaning, right? It still
Yeah.
has meaning to you. That's that deep memory and that deep sensation of being that age and watching that show and doing that thing and connecting with those characters. It's a really cool, magical thing, and it's it's awfully, awfully humbling to be a part of.
Definitely.
It
Yeah,
is.
because it takes us back. We got very lucky. The making of Neds was so fun and positive and hilarious. And for 3 years, we like really were this family ecosystem.
Yes.
We thought that's how everything was.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
thought
but
that's
it's
how
not.
all the shows went.
That's how it
and,
would all go.
They didn't, apparently. So
If
shout out
anything,
Scott Fellows, man.
It was a detriment to us to start out on a, because it was only downhill from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really thought after Ned,
Right?
it was only uphill from there.
Yeah, no.
What goes up must come
Wasn't
down.
quite the case, Darren.
No, not quite. But then, it's unpredictable, Devon. It's unpredictable.
Darren, do you have any advice for young adults out there since you're old?
Yeah, help us. We need tips.
He's younger than you in heart, Devon.
What's my advice? You know what? We talked about it yesterday. Butch was talking about it when we're doing the show and you're really busy and life is really crazy and it's really big and everything's going on. Stop. Just take a moment to realize that whatever you're doing at that moment and wherever you are, you're probably never going to be there again doing that same thing. And I had lots of moments like that when it would get late night or things would be running long or somebody was frustrated or whatever it was. I would sort of just say to myself, Darren, you're never going to be in this same place doing the same dialogue with the same people ever again. There must be a way to enjoy this. So take time to be grateful for whatever it is that's happening. That's the big part for me, is to remain grateful.
Right?
That's so good, man.
Enjoy the
I
moments.
have a question for you. How do you take care of your voice? Like, have you ever been up for a big job and I don't know, your voice went out on you or whatever? How do you care for that instrument?
It's primarily cigarettes and lots of coffee. Once in a while, I'll have half a glass of water. Probably at least once a month. I'll
Years
drink
of
at least half a glass of
dehydration,
water
guys.
once a month.
Hydrate.
It's why that skin's so leathery.
It's just pasted on. It's not really skin. Not really skin at this point. No, I'm just a very fortunate, lucky goofball, man.
Yeah.
I've always had these pipes. I've always been able to alter the pitch and the tone and the face and everything, and I don't really take care of my voice at all.
It's what adds to most
But
of the
thanks for
characters,
asking.
actually.
Yeah.
Imagine who he'd be if he did take care of himself. This is Brad Pitt here, guys.
All right, I'm an opera singer. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that your natural voice is so deep and Cosmo's like the highest voice in the world.
You get out of here! You're crazy and you know it!
It's so awesome. No, and I love that advice. You gave some advice at the end of our. If you guys go back on YouTube and watch our episode with Darren, he was in Texas, so we didn't see each other in person.
Our podcast episode.
Yeah, our podcast episode. You gave us some advice at the end of the show that was really prescient. This was too about staying present in your life. We can all get stressed and be looking ahead, especially us. We're always trying to get somewhere. LA is all about that. I'm sure your lives are in certain ways. We're always trying to get to that next thing. And it's a good reminder, to be here. We'll never be at NostalgiaCon Houston 2024 again.
Never again. So let's hear it for NostalgiaCon 2024. Houston.
And let's take a couple questions from the audience before we go. We'll just take a
Let's do it.
handful. Who's got a question for us? Make it good. Raise your hand.
Please, no questions about my beautiful voice.
No
Yes,
questions
please
about
don't.
his beautiful, gorgeous voice and looks.
I love
Hi,
it.
what's your name? Belen.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what's your question for us?
I asked y'all yesterday, but I want to ask y'all in front of them, what was your favorite episode to shoot?
Amazing. Favorite episode to shoot?
Easy for me, Dodgeball was my favorite episode. We got to pelt each other, pummel is the verb you use, pummel each other with dodgeballs, and it became like a practice on set. After we filmed that episode, every lunch we would play dodgeball. Until one day, after it was second season or something like that, we're playing dodgeball and we're being way rough, the boys especially. We had a crew member, all the crew members would play with us too. This big yoked dude takes this dodgeball and throws it 100 miles an hour at Evelyn Kwong. She's unsuspecting, she's not even looking, doesn't know it's coming, and wow, hits her dead in the face, leaves this huge imprint. It was disgusting.
No, she literally, so it was those rubber gym balls that had this texture.
It had that
I'm not
grid.
kidding, she had the texture of the ball on half her
You
face.
could read the serial number from that ball, right by the stitching. Yeah.
That was the end of us playing dodgeball.
That was the end of dodgeball.
They cut us off.
What's your favorite episode?
I hated every single one of our lunchtime activities. I hated them, dude. Dodgeball, playing video games, tag, football. None of them.
Oh, yeah,
I
Halo.
was
We
just
play
sitting
Halo.
there like, oh, time passed. Anyway.
Any Halo fans in here? Did anyone cosplay as somebody from Halo? No?
We would
Boo.
have Halo 2 tournaments at lunch. It was incredible.
It was
And
horrible.
Daniel and I would beat
Oh, we were the champs.
everyone.
They couldn't touch
always.
us. Couldn't touch us.
And Kyle Swan, who played Billy Loomer, he would get so upset.
Oh yeah, he had like several aneurysms on that set because he was losing.
And it was amazing. Daniel would have a plasma sword, and he would hit Kyle, and he would go, "Got him!" And Kyle would leave the lunchroom so frustrated. He'd be like, "I don't know why you have to talk so much shit, Daniel." It's amazing.
Yes. If there's a button, I'm gonna press it.
That was
Press it,
Daniel's
I
goal.
did.
He was a frustrated kid. A frustrated kid.
You got a favorite episode?
Yeah, probably like all the kissing episodes where I got to kiss somebody.
Oh.
Right?
Who was your best kiss?
Who else did I kiss on that show?
You can't even remember it because I made you forget
Devon?
all.
Oh, go Devon. I like
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was you.
It was me
It
because
was
you wanted it from the beginning. Come on.
But I mean, we get to do those like cute little skits where like, oh, I fell on top of you, and oh my gosh, look at our faces so close together. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Spit right in your mouth.
It's true. Ned and Moze fell in love, and Lindsay and I fell in love at the
There
same
you go.
time.
You
That's
never
great.
kissed Coconut Head, huh?
Your favorite episode?
No.
My favorite episode was, there's two. It was Daydreams first season, which was
Nice.
the Fairly Odd Parents
Fairly Odd
crossover
Parents
episode.
crossover.
Yeah.
And just a fun, zany episode. Like, we had the car, like we were playing secret agents in the Daydream, driving the car through the school. It was just like fun and wild.
Yeah.
And then the field trip episode, the final episode of Neds, was so sweet. It was the
You
first
were half
episode-
naked the entire time.
That's why I loved it. It was foreshadowing for my Burning Man years. But no, it was the first time we were out of the studio and on location. It was an hour-long episode. It was the wrap-up, so it was Ned and Moze getting together. Like, everyone was in it. Scott Fellows did a cameo.
The scene with you and Susie and me and Billy, that's one of my
The
favorite scenes
awkward-
of the entire thing.
Yeah.
I didn't shit my, or whatever, like piss my pants, whatever you said. He was like, I did that at 5. Anyway, I'm butchering it, whatever. It's the greatest dialogue.
That was
actually
my favorite episode.
Who has seen the alternate ending of that episode where the aliens come?
I don't think
Don't
I
spoil
have.
it, dude.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I think it premiered on Nickelodeon when the episode premiered.
I can't hear anything you're saying, but it sounds good. Okay, there we go. Let's hear it.
This is gonna be
Not
so
everyone knows
worth it.
about this.
I think Nickelodeon aired it one time. I remember watching it, and I think it was during the weekend premiere, and that was it.
Oh,
Yeah, they aired it
That
once.
was it.
There's just lore there.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite episode, Darren?
No. No, I did actually. You know what? The one that I still like, this is still really funny to me, is the Halloween episode.
Yes.
Because it
That
was
was
two different stories, right?
Yeah.
And in the second story, you're trying to become a vampire and learn how to fly, and
Yes.
I'm already a zombie.
I'm
and,
a ghost.
Right, and you're a ghost,
Yep.
right?
Werewolf.
That's right.
I think.
You were the werewolf, yeah, trying not to go, and the full moon, and the whole thing,
That's right.
and blowing up the school at the end of it. I just had a blast on that. I thought that was
That was a
hilarious
great
fun.
season
And I
one.
got to be even goofier and just wackier, so
That's
I
the
loved
thing.
it,
It's like
yeah.
the show is already out of 10, but then there's these episodes that
Yes,
just
where
like
they just go.
Yeah, the atomic flush is one of those.
That
like,
was a great one, yes.
You
yes,
and
yes.
Sweeney, where it's just like extra. We push the bounds. Thanks for the question.
Yes, thank you.
Great
We'll
question.
take like 2 more. Anyone got a? Oh.
There's another one.
Hold on, he's jumping up and down. I'm sorry. You gotta put your back into it.
Woo!
What's your name? Lorenzo. What's up, Lorenzo?
Can't beat you.
And what's your question for us?
Did you ever wish you were in a different Nickelodeon show?
What was that?
Did we ever wish we were in a different Nickelodeon show?
You know, I would have loved being on a show that had a better budget than ours. So Zoe 101, I was good friends with Chris Massey, who I forget the character he played on Zoe 101, but he was my brother, Michael. He played Michael. And they would invite us to set, man, and they filmed up at Pepperdine, which is one of the most beautiful campuses, college campuses.
The location's crazy.
In
Yeah, the
Malibu,
ocean is right there.
looking at the ocean, and so I would go there, see him, Jamie Lynn, all the guys, and I'd be like, man, looks amazing. But they were not having as much fun as we had on our set.
They were not, but they were filming in Malibu, and that was nice.
And we were filming behind an adult superstore.
Second
It was down the road. It was down the road from the adult superstore.
Burbank, North Hollywood.
How many times did you stop at that superstore?
No, I never did. Hamilton did. Hamilton was always in there. It was never me.
That's where you guys props.
Yeah, you had to turn left, and then the superstore was on your right, and the studio's a little further down on your left.
That's serious.
No, that's so true. Thinking of them filming in Malibu with just these beautiful vistas, and we're out in the deep valley next to the adult bookstore.
Yeah, they have lobster for lunch, and their craft service table is all scallops and seafood, and we got hot dogs.
Wait, is it pronounced vistas?
Vistas?
Is it vistas or vistas? Because that's a big difference.
It depends.
Brother.
In Spanish would be vistas, you know, but
He literally just said
he's got a statement.
Did anybody else just think
Let me get this statement. It's not a question. You got a statement. Let's hear it.
I just want to say thank you guys. Y'all's show did a lot for me as a kid. Y'all's show literally saved my life. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, bro.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. We love you, man. We love you.
Thank you guys. Thank you, NostalgiaCon. Thank you for being here.
Whoa.
It is such a pleasure. Oh my God, Shredder Man rules!
Shredder Man rules! Yeah. Got a throwback, baby.
I thought that movie was a dream I had.
Oh my!
I didn't think this existed. I didn't know.
That's too cool.
I actually thought this was a dream I had. You know, like Disney Channel did
Francia was in that?
Sign it!
Sign it! Sign it!
I don't have a pen. I don't have a pen. We don't have a pen. Hey, we got a pen!
I bet he did.
Thank you, brother.
And after you sign it, eat it, eat it, eat it. No, sorry.
Wow, this movie.
Do you want me to
Here it comes. There it is.
forge Francia's signature?
There you go, bud.
No?
I actually thought that movie was a dream I had. You know, Disney Channel did movies every month or whatever, Disney Channel original movies. Nickelodeon did one.
They tried.
Hey, and you were their star.
Hey, I gotta say something. I signed a contract that was like entitling me to all this money for a couple movies that might happen afterwards, and I'm all excited, you know, signing. And then they never did any of the movies. So I'm all expecting this big pay, and it's like, nope, Nickelodeon's
Dude,
like,
we
no,
didn't
get
even
your
get
ass out of here.
invited to the Kids' Choice Awards like the year after. You know what I mean? Like we weren't even pulling.
They were like,
invites to
next!
that.
Damn you, Nickelodeon!
But no, it's been a dream getting back together with these guys for the podcast, reconnecting, getting to relive all these memories, getting to reconnect with this
You
fan
guys,
base.
yes.
It really
It's
has
like,
been incredible.
it's the closest thing to time traveling, and we've been doing it with you. We love it.
Yeah. So
Shout out
thank you,
NostalgiaCon.
man. Thank you for all the love.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Come see us tomorrow if you haven't yet. Who's going to the after party?
Yeah, party. Drake Bell's putting it on.
The handful of people. Okay.
Make some noise for the after party.